10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, welcome back to another edition of the Rising Coaches Member Spotlight presented by Lucio Sports. Today we're joined by Benedictine assistant coach Cody Reynolds. Cody, what's up?
What's up? How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Just living life.
Yeah, good. You guys are on a roll, man. 18-5, and I think you were saying conference tournament starts tomorrow or last game.
Yeah, tomorrow. And we play Grandview, and they're from Iowa. We play at our place.
Okay. So are you guys? Where are you seated? What seed did you guys get in the conference?
We're the number one seed, but there's two number one seeds. There's William Penn. Oh, sorry. There's William.
Is that
Penn.
a live goat?
Yeah, I had a live alarm on my phone.
Oh, okay. You had some farm animals in the background.
Yeah, that's my ringtone. We're the number one seed. Then William Penn is the number one seed as well in the, I believe, the South. And they play Mid-America out of Olathe, which is like right next to us. And then we play Grandview from Iowa. And if we win, we play either Mount Mercy or Baker, which Mount Mercy's from Nebraska, I believe. And then Baker's like right next to us as well.
Gotta love it. The postseason is here.
Yes, sure. I love it. Yeah,
and he's always on the cutting edge. So
yeah, for sure. And we actually haven't had any problems this year with like COVID and everything. So we've only had to not postpone a game one. And it wasn't even us; it was the other team. So we've been, wearing masks and doing everything like that, and spraying down the balls during practice almost every 30 minutes. It's awesome.
Good for you guys. Mm-hmm. Well, Cody, let's talk a little bit about you. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about where you're from and how you got into coaching.
I'm from Tonganoxie, Kansas. It's about 15 minutes away from Lawrence, Kansas, where Kansas University is. So I grew up, watching them a lot and being part of that environment, which is an amazing environment. Bill Self's a great coach to watch and learn from. And I started playing ball around rec, like fourth grade, fifth grade. In middle school, I wasn't that great as a player, but I was like just a hard worker. So I never got to play on the A team because we had an A team and the B team. And seventh grade, I played on the B team. Just that's it. And then the A team, and then eighth grade, I only played on the B team as well. So I wasn't really thinking I was going to make the high school team when I got my freshman year. So my freshman year, I made the team, and I was actually the only B team player that made the team from going to middle school to high school. So that was awesome. And then about freshman year, I had in my mind, okay, I'm not going to the NBA or anything. So at that time, I was like, I want to be a coach. Like whenever I'm done playing, I just want to be a coach. So that's when I started with that mindset. My sophomore year, I played JV a little bit, just like a kind of a bench player. And then junior year, I started getting some varsity minutes, and I earned every single minute. I wasn't really a scoring type either. I was always like a defensive player, taking charges, getting that energy up and everything, and being a leader. So that's what's builded me up as being a better coach now, because I've always, I didn't get anything handed to me. My senior year, actually, we had a family problem, so I had to transfer to Baser, which is about 20 minutes away from Tongi. So I didn't get to play my senior year because of the transferring rules and everything. So I kind of missed out on that. I didn't really have a senior night or anything, but I'm completely fine with that, because if that didn't happen, who knows where I would be now, So, and I actually, my junior year, I went on 2 visits. One was Baker, which is actually our rival, Benedictine's rival. and 2 was Hannibal. It's in Missouri.
Sure.
So at that time, I would have never thought like a couple years down the road, I would be coaching against Baker. So like, it's awesome. It's great.
So you went to Baker. Did you work with the team during college, or what was?
No. Well, I just went on the visit there, and then because we were talking and everything, and like a recruiting thing.
Gotcha.
But after I graduated and everything, I just decided I didn't want to play or anything. So I looked for a coaching job. I couldn't find one. And then in 2019, I found a job in Olathe Northwest, which it worked perfectly because my great aunt actually lives 2 minutes away from that school. So I got to live with her and be a freshman B team coach there.
Great program too, right?
Olathe Northwest. Oh yeah. It's awesome.
Really good.
It's an awesome program. Yeah. And actually the coach is Michael Grove. And he, if you're familiar with Willie Cauley-Stein from the NBA.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. He went to Northwest, and Coach Grove coached him and everything. So it's a great program to be part of for sure.
Yeah. Great hoops up in that Kansas City area.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of good teams around here.
Absolutely. Some great coaches and a lot of talent.
For sure. Yeah.
So how long were you there at Northwest?
1 year, 2019 and through the 2020 season. So,
okay.
Yeah, I coached the B team freshman team, and there was a team freshman team coach named Adam King. He had a lot of experience too, as well. He actually came out of retirement to coach that year, and he had I think he won 2 state titles at Shawnee Mission South or Shawnee Mission East. I believe it was either one of those 2 teams. So he had a lot of experience. So I got to learn from him and learn from a bunch of great coaches over there.
And then you're at Benedictine now. How did that opportunity come about?
Well, right when COVID hit and everything in March, we didn't really know what was going to happen. And I kind of had in my mind, okay, well, I'm going to try to get to the college level. So I started emailing coaches, and everything. And I told Grove that I was going to look at the college level and everything for next season. And he was perfectly fine with that. And so I emailed 200 coaches, and only 3 people emailed back. And one of them was Ryan Moody from Benedictine. And, he was telling me that it looks like I have a bright future and everything. And that, and then we got on the phone and started talking about opportunities. And he told me that the only opportunity was a volunteer opportunity. And then I talked to my family about that, and they were fine with that because they actually own a business. It's a fencing business. So they're pretty middle class, so they can help me with the gas money and everything.
Sure,
So,
sure.
And then the summer, we couldn't really do anything because of COVID. So I was just trying to look at opportunities and everything. And that's when I found Rising Coaches. So I started getting on Rising Coaches and became a member, which I'm very thankful for. And I got to, talk to some coaches. And then about June, everything started calming down, and I got to meet with Ryan Moody face to face, and then he offered me the volunteer position, and then we went from there.
Awesome. Good for you. Well, it's certainly, as a story of perseverance and kind of figuring it out for yourself, which is always impressive. Is it discouraging? When you send those 200 emails out and you hear back from 3 people, I mean, why, is that discouraging, or are you just grateful for the 3 responses? Because I hear that all the time. People always say that, oh, I emailed everybody and only got a handful of responses. I wish our industry did a better job of corresponding with people.
Yeah, I agree. It wasn't really discouraging, but I mean, it kind of made me feel bad because 200 coaches is a lot of people,
yeah.
And I literally had a list of every single one I emailed, and I would put a check mark on it if they emailed me back, and an X mark if they didn't email me back after 2 months, But I'm not afraid of rejection. So let's just say those 3 people never emailed me back. I would probably at that time just email more, just from like like try to email maybe D3 or D2 coaches or even JUCO coaches, because I was aiming for NAIA.
Yeah. Well, good for you. Good for you to stick with it. And I'm glad it's worked out. So you've been, you've had this dream since you were in middle school or beginning of high school?
Yeah, about 13 to 14 years old.
And now you're doing it. What's it been like? How's the season been for you? Obviously, you guys have had success on the court, but how's it been for you behind the scenes and personally?
It's been amazing. I've got to learn a lot of new stuff that I did not know. I got to learn how to use Synergy. That's because that's what colleges use, and I was used to Huddle because that's what you use as a high school player and a high school coach. So it was fun to learn that and learn how to scout, other teams and see how it is like on a college, like staff and court, and have coaches meetings and listen to that and, see how amazing it is. Like during a game, like right before they even do the action, like the other team, they already know what's happening. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to get to this level. I've been trying to work on that, but it's my first year. So it's just so amazing. Like I'm part of a great coaching staff and I'm learning a lot for sure. And personally, I'm thankful that I got this opportunity for sure.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it sounds like, especially at those lower levels, you get a chance to get your hands dirty and get so much experience wearing different hats. And like you said, you've learned Synergy, which will serve you well your whole career. And, now you can do video editing. I'm sure you're doing stuff on the court, player development, recruiting, like you said, in-game adjustments. So you get thrown into the deep end, which is the best experience you can get. That's the best teacher, right?
For sure. And the recruiting's actually kind of hard this year because most of the high schools in Kansas are only allow one coach per game. So it's like really hard sometimes to get into games, like especially if you want to see 2 players play against each other and everything. So it's really
only one college coach?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
It is. It's I thought it was I heard about it. I'm like, oh wow, okay.
So how do they determine what coach comes in? You got to talk. You got to like.
Yeah, you just got to reach out to them like quick as possible and be like, hey, like you guys have an open spot like on Tuesday or something, and then they'll either say yes or no, and then you go from there.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So it's
interesting to hear how each state is dealing with it differently.
Yeah.
Sure. That's a first. I haven't heard that one before. So interesting tactics by Kansas.
It's definitely interesting. It makes it hard, but we somehow still, get there.
Yeah. Well, and at least you're. I mean, at the NAIA level, you're allowed to get out on the road.
Yeah.
Division I guys are, they have the dead period extended all the way through the end of May. So. Yeah. They're all on film and trying to figure it out that way.
For sure.
What's been the most challenging part of the job this year, Cody?
Challenging? Probably just being like part of the like trying to get like because I'm the only coach that has joined. Everybody else on the coaching staff has been there at least 3 years. So kind of like being part of that like group and knowing what they're talking about, and like knowing like what we're about to do at practice and everything and knowing the drills. I kind of struggled like that because there were so many drills that I had no clue about. And like in the coaches meetings and everything, because we actually have a coaching meeting every day before practice. So it helps a lot. But at the beginning of that, I didn't really know like terms they would use and everything and like sayings they would say, like I would be really confused about it. So that's probably the most challenging part for me, just understanding all that stuff.
Well, and it takes time, but it also gives you great perspective of what the guys are going through.
For sure.
The coaches, when you coach long enough, you forget what it's like to have to learn that stuff. And so I feel like you have valuable perspective on like, okay, maybe that didn't make sense so much, or I really that one clicked.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good, Cody. What's next for you? Are you gonna? I mean, is your plan to be there for a few years and really learn?
Let's hope so. If they want me back, then I will be there because I can afford it with being a volunteer again, and maybe even be a grad assistant because I actually this is my last year at Johnson County Community College, and I'll be at KU this fall. Well, actually this summer because I'll be doing a summer classes, everything, and I got a year and a half left. So hopefully I can get one more opportunity at Benedictine as a volunteer, and then maybe become a grad assistant there.
Awesome.
But my mind's open to everything, to be honest.
Yeah, good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talk to so many people, and there's no right or wrong route, but a lot of people, the more conventional route is to go to undergrad and be a manager on the team. And I love that you're going outside the box and you're a volunteer assistant at an NAIA program while you're doing your undergrad. It's great. I mean, you're getting so much, like we said, so much hands-on experience that, you'll be more prepared for anything, than people that go another route. Again, no right or wrong. There's advantages and disadvantages either way, but yeah, good for you for going out there and having the conviction and perseverance to make it happen.
For sure. And honestly, I recommend if coaches out there are looking for opportunities and they get a volunteer opportunity, if they can afford that, then I definitely recommend it for sure. Cause it's very very what's the word I'm trying to think of? It's very I'll get back to that.
Okay.
It's
back
just
yeah,
I was trying to think of a word, but it's crazy.
All good.
But it's just awesome to it's very you're very blessed even as a volunteer coach to get the opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
So.
Okay, Cody, before we let you go, I know you grew up a Kansas fan. You gotta give me your favorite KU player all time.
Probably Mario Chalmers when he he hit that little 3-point shot there. And honestly, if you were the Memphis coach at that game at the very end, I probably would have just fouled him.
Well, this was back then. Not too many people were fouling.
Yeah. So, but I think Derrick Rose should have just fouled him. That would have been, But I'm thankful that KU won that. So, because I honestly didn't think they were going to win.
So the big shot by Mario has cemented him.
Oh yeah,
for your heart as your favorite.
He played with LeBron too and won a couple championships on the Heat. So I mean that kind of in the NBA.
Absolutely. Well, Cody, I appreciate you taking the time with us this morning, and it was great chatting with you. And good luck tomorrow in the conference tournament. Hope you guys cut down some more nets here.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. I appreciate you talking to me and everything and giving me the opportunity.
Thanks, Cody. Take care.
Yep, you too. Bye.